In this video, we're going to talk about the interior plane project Harrow. This board has won an award from us in the past for being one of the best jib boards out there. It's a traditional cambered park board with a slightly below middle of the road flex pattern to it. It's one of those boards that you can ride the rope tow and still go ride the whole mountain, which is kind of the mantra of the interior plane project. They design them on a premium medium so that the boards can be ridden anywhere. This board features traditional camber. From contact point to contact point, there's that arc of camber. You load it up, you get snap. It's a little more hooky than some of the other camber profiles out there. But if you're looking at this and don't know what traditional camber is, educate yourself, because everyone should learn how to ride traditional camber, whether they like riding one of the other camber profiles out there or not. This board is available in regular widths.
Okay, so let's talk about the flex pattern in the Harrow. It's one of those responsive and snappy park boards that's not quite middle of the road, but it's not a full-blown noodle. There's an immense sweet spot out in the tips, and then it just stiffens up through there through the middle, but there's a lot of torsional flex to it. This is a board that's playful, yet responsive and snappy. Now, how's the stability on this, you ask? Well, I didn't really notice a lot of chatter out in the tips, just a little bit at high speeds, and it is one of those boards that will bend and flex with any contour in the snow, but I never had it buckle on me. It doesn't mean that it couldn't happen to you. I'm just saying that, but just be aware that it's one of those boards that bends and flex and contours with the snow around it and will absorb transitions with ease. Yeah, this board is traditional camber, which usually means you have to load it up to get pop. Well, with this one, you don't. It's kind of unique in the fact that if you do load it up, you're going to get more snap, but if you're feeling lazy and laid back, you can almost get that skate style pop with it. Now, when it comes to jumps, it'll handle small and medium ones, no problem. It eats them alive. It knows what it's doing. It's when you get to the bigger stuff that the softer flex in the tips might not be ideal for landing. You might notice that it'll wash out from time to time. But overall, this board can jump, and it can jump well. So let's talk about that sweet spot in the tips. That's where you want to lock into a butter with it. Yeah, the traditional camber will fight you a little bit, and you're going to get that rebounded snap out of a butter. Don't let it fool you. If you know how to butter, you're going to butter no problem with this board. If you don't, you probably want to look for something with a different camber profile, because traditional camber teaches you how to ride a snowboard the way it's meant to be ridden. Now, when it comes to jibbing, slow speeds, high speeds, it doesn't fucking matter. You're going to be able to press with this board. It locks in and then snaps out of them. You want to get sideways? It's going to cradle the rail perfectly with that traditional camber between the feet. This is a board that's at home in the terrain park. Traditional camber locks in when you're carving with it, and this board's no exception. The only time that I got this board to wash out on me was when I was aggressively driving my knee into the center of the board, trying to overflex it. That was the only time I got to wash out. But when I was doing mellow, tight, quick turns, no problem. When I was doing elongated, drawn-out carves, there weren't any issues. This is a board that you can get it on edge and drive the board to snap out of it. But if you aggressively drive this board, you can get it to wash out. Not all the time, I'm just saying it does happen from time to time. So who's this board for? It's for the all-around park rider that wants a mellow, snappy deck. I've given this board an award in the past. It's a great deck. It's one of those boards that's not overpowering, but it still has traditional camber. You're able to ride it all over. You're able to pop with it. You can hit jumps. You can hit jibs. You can take it out on the mountain and carve around with it if you want. Who gives a fuck? This thing's fun. It's just a fun all-around board for riding park or mellow hill, stuff like that. It can be a quiver of one type board if you want it to be. Here are some other boards that I found comparable to it. The DC PBJ, the Ride Kink, the Rome Artifact Camber, the GNU Space Case, the Niche New, Capita's The Outsiders. Alright, so now you've decided what snowboard you're going to get, and you're going to decide where you're going to buy it. If you're shopping local, awesome. Slap your local shop guys a high five and tell them they're killing it. But for those of you that are buying online, why don't you shop from one of the links we have down below? That way you support us and you get a deal on your snowboard.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you can see all the relevant or irrelevant snowboarding content that we're putting out for you guys. So smash that bell down below. That way you're getting a notification. And I'll see you guys in another video.